Welcome back to Global Bike Buzz, the place where every rev, every curve, and every innovation in the world of motorcycles gets the attention it deserves. Today, we're diving into one of the most intriguing additions to Suzuki's lineup for 2026 at the all-new Suzuki SV650 DJEBEL. Now, if that name rings a bell, you're not wrong. The SV650 is a legendary middleweight in its own right, and the DJEBEL name has heritage rooted in off-road exploration. But in 2026, Suzuki has fused both spirits into one compelling machine. Think rugged versatility meets proven V-twin charm. Let's kick things off by appreciating the aesthetics, because, wow, Suzuki didn't hold back on giving the SV650 DJEBEL a distinctive look. At first glance, it has a bold, adventure touring stance more muscular than its standard SV650 sibling. The front fascia is an aggressive departure from the round headlamp we're used to. Suzuki has gone with a sharp, rally-inspired LED headlight unit encased in a mini fairing that channels the Dr. Big lineage. It's functional and stylish, a proper nod to Suzuki's Dakar roots. The LED setup features integrated DRLs that give the bike a commanding road presence even before you hear that engine note. Moving along the side, the body lines speak a mix of urban endurance and trail-ready ergonomics. The SV650 DJEBEL sports beefier side panels and a slightly raised tank, 16.5 liters to be exact, which gives it a more substantial feel, perfect for longer journeys. The tank shape has been tweaked for better knee grip, and combined with a subtly taller handlebar, you're getting a riding triangle that's more upright, relaxed, and suitable for mild off-road detours. Suzuki has wisely included handguards as standard, a small but appreciated touch for wind protection and those unexpected trail branches. The side profile also reveals a unique seat design. The dual-tone saddle is flatter and longer, giving better support for both rider and pillion. There's a slight rear rack integration, something adventure tourers will definitely be happy to see, and Suzuki has fitted a robust engine guard underneath, another hint that this isn't just a street machine in disguise. From the rear, the bike continues to impress. The LED taillight sits compactly beneath a small, functional tail rack. The exhaust is now slightly upswept, clearing more ground for mild trail excursions. Fender-wise, it's still road-biased but with a slightly longer extension to manage debris. The overall design from the back gives it that sturdy dual-sport vibe without trying too hard at the kind of balance only a few manufacturers manage to get right. Underneath all this styling is, of course, the familiar yet refined 645cc liquid-cooled 90-degree V-twin engine. Suzuki knows not to mess with a winning formula. This engine has earned a cult following for its linear torque delivery, crisp throttle response, and bulletproof reliability. For 2026, Suzuki has made a few subtle refinements to the ECU and fuel injection mapping, improving low-end response and smoothing out the mid-range. Power output remains roughly the same, hovering around 75 horsepower at 8,500 RPM and 64 Nm of torque at 6,800 RPM. But it's how it delivers that power that really matters. A buttery smooth and forgiving for new riders, yet still punchy enough for veterans who know how to wring it out. The clutch is light, thanks to Suzuki's low RPM assist, which makes starts and stop-and-go traffic less of a hassle. Paired with the updated Suzuki dual-throttle valve system, the DJEBEL variant offers better fuel metering and combustion efficiency, which means you'll squeeze more range out of that 16.5-liter tank. Real-world estimates put it somewhere around 25 to 28 km per liter depending on riding style, a respectable for a V-twin in this category. As far as the gearbox goes, the 6-speed unit remains largely unchanged, but with slightly revised ratios for smoother transitions between second and third, ideal for urban riding and twisty country roads. For 2026, Suzuki has also added a slipper clutch, finally making aggressive downshifts less dramatic and more controlled. Now, let's talk suspension and handling. The SV650 DJEBEL ditches the standard's road-biased fork for a more trail-capable setup. You're looking at 43mm adjustable telescopic forks with increased travel up front and a preload adjustable monoshock in the rear. While it's not a hardcore off-roader, this upgrade gives the DJEBEL decent performance over gravel, light trails, and potholed city streets. There's more damping and compliance, making it a more versatile platform overall. Ground clearance is up by 25mm compared to the standard SV650, and the seat height now sits at about 830 mm, a tall but still manageable. Combined with a new steel trellis subframe, the DJEBEL is more rigid and confident in the corners, while absorbing imperfections with grace. For tires, Suzuki has fitted semi-dual sport rubber on 17-inch alloy wheels, grippy enough for asphalt, but with just enough tread to take on a fire road or two. Braking is handled by dual 290 mm discs up front with twin-piston calipers, and a single 240 mm disc at the rear. The braking setup is now ABS equipped as standard, with refined modulation for both on-road and light off-road use. Suzuki isn't giving you switchable ABS, likely to keep the price down, but the system is far less intrusive than older generations. Speaking of electronics, Suzuki continues its philosophy of simple but effective. There's no ride-by-wire or cornering ABS, but you do get traction control with 3 levels, plus in off mode. The digital LCD dash is compact, modern, and easy to read. It includes a gear indicator, fuel economy stats, and a new dual trip function for long hauls. The backlight is now adaptive, switching automatically between day and night modes. It's not a TFT, but it does the job and it keeps things affordable and focused. And that brings us to one of the most important aspects: price. Suzuki has always positioned the SV650 family as a gateway to middleweight joy without breaking the bank. The 2026 SV650 DJEBEL continues that tradition. Depending on your region, the expected starting price lands around $8,299. For what you're getting: a proven V-twin, upgraded suspension, rugged styling, decent electronics, and legendary reliability. That's a value proposition that's hard to argue against. Color options include the classic desert tan with blue accents, a stealthy matte black with red trim, and our personal favorite, metallic storm gray with Suzuki's blue rally stripe. All variants come with the same mechanical specs, so you're really just choosing your vibe. So, who is the SV650 DJEBEL for? It's for the commuter who wants weekend fun, the new rider who craves long-term value, the occasional adventurer who doesn't need a 500-pound adverb bike. It's for the person who wants a little bit of everything and doesn't want to compromise on charm or price. In a segment where bikes often swing too far toward either bare-bones budget or tech-heavy complexity, the SV650 DJEBEL feels like a balanced answer. It's a bike built not just to impress on spec sheets, but to feel alive when you ride it. Sure, it doesn't have ride modes or a fancy touchscreen, but it gives you something far more rare these days: a genuine riding character wrapped in everyday practicality. And that's it for today's deep dive. Let us know in the comments what you think of the new 2026 Suzuki SV650 DJEBEL. Would you pick it over a Yamaha Moto 7 or a Honda CB500X? We want to hear your thoughts, and maybe even your riding stories if you've ever owned an SV. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Global Bike Buzz,